locked in. The TheFaisonViewPodcast, man. Episode 352. My brother Huey in the building. Yes, my boy. Yes, sir. Hey, we live, man. We live. We on TikTok live. We live here, man. Let's get started. We got a lot to discuss. Talk about. How was your week, brother?
It's slow, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's going. It's middle of the week. I feel like it's always when your Monday starts off good, I feel like the week is good. If your Monday starts off sluggish, I'd be like, oh, this is gonna be one of them weeks. Like I always dictate us being teachers. Like my Monday is predicated on my whole week. Like how Monday is, it sets the tone for my whole week. So yeah, I already know.
I feel like it just depends. It depends on whatever, because you can have a good Monday and then the kids come in with a whole different attitude.
That's true too.
It can throw everything off the kids. Like you got older kids. I don't have those anymore. I got 4th and 5th graders.
Right.
So now it's a little different. And I was like why you gotta come in like that? Like, come on.
Yeah, and I feel like in retrospect, students don't understand. We deal with so many different personalities at once, and you have to really accommodate different personalities. Correct.
They want to act like they're the only one in the room.
Absolutely.
It's like you're not the only one in the room.
And Hugh, my week actually, let me rewind. It didn't start off too good because I didn't want to get into this talk this early, but Washington, I'm sick and tired of it. Look here. I hope fire everybody. Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio got to go.
They got to go.
They got to go. And
they gotta go.
We know Magic Johnson doesn't have a huge stake in it, but he has a stake. He has a stake in it. And Magic Johnson, he's not known for losing.
Magic Johnson, I keep telling people, I was like, Magic Johnson is a winner. He came in the NBA winning. Absolutely, first year. What he do?
Rookie of the year
5 times. Even with the Olympics, they went to go get Magic Johnson.
And this is what we need.
We're not doing none of that. We're not here to lose. Like
absolutely not. And I feel like a lot of people thought just because the ownership changed, Dan Snyder's not there, that it's still not changed to be done. It's changed to be done because Ron Rivera is still there. So you still have a coach that is existing in the Dan Snyder era there. And Jack Del Rio, it's just their time is up. Just their time is up. And they're not trying to be disrespectful towards him, but a lot of us know Ron Rivera because of Cam Newton's MVP season and what they did in that 2015 season.
Yeah,
I don't really know too much of his.
Listen, Ron Rivera is a leader of men. I will give him that. That's what everybody said. Everyone who's played for him has said that. Even the guys on the current team have said he's a leader of men. I will give him that. But as far as it's the football aspect, it's like I feel like the game has passed them by. The game is different. It's changed.
That's
the
true.
way you run your offense and defense has changed. And it's just the way we look. It looks like we're playing like old football.
Correct.
And it looks like we're playing old football, and it's like you have to adjust with the time. Like if you can't adapt to what's today, like I think Andy Reid does that well. Andy Reid's an older guy.
That's true.
But his offense reflects the talent that he has, and it reflects today's game. Like the Chiefs' offense looks very fun.
Correct.
Even without Bieniemy, it looks very fun. But at the same time, it's like the defense is not that good.
You got to change. And like you said, even with Eric Bieniemy not there, he's in Washington now. Andy Reid still made changes to where they're successful.
There has to be change. And I think right now there's just Ron does not make any changes. And that's what really pisses off Washington fans. We watched the offseason go by and very minimal changes. Like a lot of players have been available and very minimal changes have been made.
And it
just lets us know, like, there's no way you're satisfied with this roster. There's no way you're satisfied with this team.
And it's not so much. And what makes me upset during the game, when the camera pans to you, you just stone face sitting there. I mean, some type of reaction, something.
It's like, and then the changes he does make aren't even decent ones. Like, honestly, I think Taylor Heineke is better than Sam Howell. That's just me. I think he earned the right to start. For like a full season, because all 3 times
he started was kind of like a
every time that he came in, the team played better. The guys want to play with him. The defensive guys play around him. Like he's the reason we won 7-8 games all those different times. Like had us in playoff contention, and you took him out and ruined
the whole.
And it's like
thing. Yeah.
and then you ship him off. It's like I don't know why. I don't know what it is about Taylor that you feel like you didn't want to give him his chance. I feel like he earned that. I feel like the guys, play better around him. And I think if you had a guy like EB coming in and allowed him a chance to learn under EB and play the whole season. At least, I think he was owed at least one full season, start to finish, coming in knowing he was the starter.
I agree. I think
he was owed at least that. But
yeah, changes need to be made. And this leads to my question, Hugh, for real. Question of the day. Do certain people just have the it factor, or is it just about who you know?
I think it's both.
I think it is both too. I think it is both.
Football and life.
Just in life in general. But it was a good pivot to that conversation because we just talked about Ron Rivera, and I feel like you have some people that just get the job based on their network and who they know and the connections they build, and you got people that just have the it factor. People that just I do feel like you need both because as the networking part and aspect, you can have the it factor and not be exposed to anybody or things of that nature. So I do feel like it is. You do need to have both. But why do you think you need to have both though? For you?
And like you said, because if you have it and nobody's paying attention, then it's like, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Like you think of so many different examples. It was like, listen, like you gotta shine.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to shine. If you sitting over here somewhere, this is not gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
I think about that with you can take Brock Purdy for example. Like, dude, like he's not playing so well right now, but dude can play.
Mm-hmm.
Dude just got it, and he wasn't like a first round pick. It's like a what? He was Mr. Irrelevant, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He was the very last pick in the NFL draft. Almost like Tom Brady. So it was like nobody was really paying attention. Same with Tom Brady.
Correct.
Nobody was really paying attention.
Right.
No one's really paying attention.
Correct.
When the second, the opportunity came, it's like, oh, snap.
Mm-hmm.
This dude's got it.
Correct.
Like this dude has it. So sometimes it's just like circumstances like don't put you, maybe you're not going to the right school.
Mm-hmm. You
didn't have the right I feel like that happened to a lot of guys that we play with.
Correct.
I feel like a lot of guys were good enough to go to play ball at the next level.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because of the coaching staff and things weren't done in place to make sure those guys had the opportunity to be seen.
Absolutely, like the exposure. I feel like we are perfect examples of that. Like I know how talented both of us are in our respective sport, but it was just the exposure factor. Of the coaches not exposing us to different recruits or really caring about where we are going after.
Or using us in certain ways.
Right, or using us in certain ways.
Like
absolutely.
I could have been used differently.
Mm-hmm.
But, it is what it is now.
It is what it is. And I feel like even with having the it factor that doesn't get talked about enough is that you can be talented. You can be talented as you want, but you still have to have the work ethic in order to, in order to get through. Because if you don't have the work ethic and you're just talented, then what does that mean as well too? And then a lot of people that have the it factor, they feel like just because they have the it factor that they can just make it by themselves. That's why it goes into why we have both. Because if you don't have these connections, you don't know people. It's all about who you know too as well, not just what you know.
A lot of talented people in music, but they don't get heard like they should.
Right, correct.
Because you don't have the right proper eyes on them. It's
mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You think about people like Kanye West who was trying to get his music out there, and everyone in his label was kind of like just brushing it off. Nobody's paying attention until he finally made sure the world was paying attention. Then it's like, oh snap, this dude does have something. You think of people like Lil Wayne. It took Lil Wayne a little while to finally people started finally paying attention to him. Like, oh wait a minute, this dude, he's pretty hot. He can rap. His music is pretty good. Think about a guy like Jay-Z who was turned down by every record label in New York. Like, what were you thinking when you think about that decision? Like, think about what were you thinking? What were you not hearing when you went into your office and started rapping? Like, what were you not seeing? And then it hits the fan and like, oh snap! Like this dude does have it. Like, so you definitely need both. Like you definitely have to have the it factor, but you gotta have eyes. It's like
that's true.
Otherwise, you just got the it factor and nobody knows.
And nobody knows, and you're not exposed to it. All right, Hugh, pull up the list. Let's talk about it. Pull up the list.
The first date list.
The first date list.
Some of this I think is trolling, but some of this I really do believe like people are serious.
Look here, I'm glad. At this point in life, I'm glad I have my woman because the dating space now, we're in a weird space.
You don't have to show off.
But listen, we're just in a weird. I'm only telling you because we're in a weird space as far as dating and the expectations that women set for man in the day and era we are. Because it's more so a financial driven state of air we're in. It was not about
reading
love.
this list made me feel like, listen, we just not gonna go on a date.
Yeah,
it's like, what is
absolutely.
This? There's 28 things on this list. Some of them are valid, some of them. So this was a group of ladies made a list of places men shouldn't take them on a first date. You know, there's a list of things that men can't do. There's over 500 things on it. Every time someone hears an ick, this man, he takes it and he adds it to the list. It's like 500 something.
I bet it is. The expectation.
All right.
Go ahead.
Number 1 is the Cheesecake Factory. I don't know why that's a bad first date.
Come on,
whatever.
now.
Number 2 is Applebee's. Number 3 is Chili's. Those 2 places I feel like depends on the type of woman you have. But again, 4 is Chipotle. Okay, for a first date. Okay,
I understand that. Okay, I understand that
date.
too.
Well, I'm not taking Chipotle. Olive Garden. I don't see what's wrong with that. Number 6, the movies. Okay, the movies I get because you can't really talk and enjoy a person. But I feel like if you had dinner and a movie,
if you do something else,
dinner,
fair.
The movies is still a valid place for a first date.
Fair.
And you have a movie. If you have a movie buff with you, then it's definitely valid.
And I feel like with all these being said too as well, even with the first date, I feel like it's the vibe and the energy that you're around. Like, it shouldn't matter where you're going and doing too.
Like, I get it, but at the same time, the movie should not be completely excluded. What's number 6? Number 7, your house. I understand that.
I understand
that.
For
a first date, all right, you don't want to go to some dude's house.
Right.
I get it.
You don't know people.
He could be crazy.
I agree with that.
That's what's ever. That only happens in movies, right? Number 8, any fast food chain. Okay. I get that.
Okay.
Number 9, Buffalo Wild Wings. I get that too.
I don't get that one.
For a first date,
I don't get
I'm
that.
not taking you to Buffalo
Wild Wings. I don't
Wild
get that. I'm not saying not to, but also it's just I feel like we just focus on the place, but not the vibe of what's going on. You get what I'm saying? It's the vibe between the two people. Like, I feel like if we having a good time, like certain ones that you said, I agree with, like Chipotle, the house. It's like certain ones that are appropriate. But like Buffalo Wild Wings, I only said that is because you're still sociable. You still get to converse. Like the movies, I understand too, because you don't really get a converse or energy. But it's still about the energy.
Me personally, I'm not taking a woman to Buffalo Wild Wings on the first date. Number 10, Wingstop. Same thing.
Yeah, okay.
Number 11, Red Lobster. What's wrong with Red Lobster?
What's wrong with Red Lobster? We done changed, see.
What's wrong? I don't understand what's wrong with that.
We done changed.
Number 12, a buffet.
Okay, now I understand that. I understand that. The buffet, it might be a little wild.
Number 13, IHOP. Okay.
I guess so.
All right.
I mean,
what if she likes breakfast?
Right, I'm about to say, what if breakfast food is?
If she loves breakfast, I'm taking you to IHOP.
Right.
I don't see what
IHOP, Denny's.
If she's if she's expressed that she loves breakfast more than anything else, then it will behoove me to take you to a breakfast spot. Number 14, Denny's. I'm more of an IHOP guy anyway. Okay, I get that. Number 15, the gym.
The gym, honestly, for a first date, that could. I mean, I'm not saying that. I don't have nothing against that one. I don't have nothing against that one.
It's probably not for me, but I like. Again, it depends on the people. Like,
it does depend on the person.
I don't think that's a bad first date.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad.
It just depends, like you said, it depends on the people.
It can be something as simple. It don't have to be. It can be something as simple as like, can we go jogging together one morning?
Right, correct.
That could be fire. Like that could be lit.
And I feel like the categorizing of what's a date is the conversation too.
That too.
Because a lot of people can say, "Oh, well, the gym is not a date." You know.
Yeah, like.
I guess.
Number 16, church. For the first date,
I feel like this is a good first date as well too. I mean, it just depending, but like you said, depending on who the person is. Yeah. That's always the factor. Depending who the person is.
Church could be a little too much pressure because like your family gonna be there,
right? I mean, and you
your
don't know
church family gonna be there. Everyone gonna be coming to you. Oh, who's this? Who's this? Who's this?
But you and also you don't know everybody's religious beliefs as well too. So it's like it could be depending on the person, like you said, it could be uncomfortable.
For a first date, it could be uncomfortable because now you got all these people walking up to you asking, "Who's this? Who's this?" Oh, you want that meeting? It's just a first date. You know what I'm saying? So I see that. Number 17, Starbucks. What's wrong with Starbucks?
Starbucks.
If you're just going to grab a cup, I'm not a Starbucks person, so it wouldn't be me. But if you're just going to grab a cup of coffee to talk.
But I feel like Starbucks is that's different. That's different from like the other ones that you said, like Chipotle and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
that's different because that's like an actual social place.
Yeah, you can sit down and talk and drink tea.
Correct. Correct.
Ain't nothing wrong with Starbucks.
Nah.
Number 18, coffee dates. But what?
The same thing we said.
Same thing. Number 19, ice cream days. Not y'all hating on ice cream.
Ice cream, that's crazy.
Who doesn't like ice cream?
That's crazy. It's crazy.
How you gonna hate on the ice cream date?
I'm telling you, it's about the money because they I feel like women of today, not all, but I feel like a lot of women of today just have a certain high expectation because of the era we in. And then you said, we talked about this recently, is that the aesthetic of a place.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people like, oh, if it's not like the aesthetic,
right?
If you can't Instagram and take pictures, make it look cool.
They don't want to go.
They don't want to go. If it's not expensive enough, if it's not roof Chris, it's not of standard.
I've been to Washington games in the club season. There were 2 girls sitting next to us, and they were literally just there to take pictures.
Right,
like,
that's
y'all
true.
Y'all want to take pictures? Y'all not here to watch the games. It's a Monday Night Football game.
Yep, that social media has changed. It's changed a lot.
Yeah, ice cream days is crazy. Ice cream is a vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe for sure.
I'm more of an ice cream at the end of the day type of thing, but still, like,
that's still a vibe. It's still a vibe.
20
like
family functions. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah,
I'm not inviting you to the family reunion.
I agree.
For the first date, like
that's a little wild. That's definitely a little wild.
21 movie night, Netflix, Hulu, and etc. I mean, obviously, I would again. That's the
like it's at the house thing. Yeah,
I
first date
to my crib for that.
Nope. I agree.
Somewhere that requires a long drive. Okay,
I see that.
I see
that too.
What if you're not driving?
But
if the man is driving and she's not?
But I guess I can see that one though. I can see how people that. I agree with that one.
I'm 23 bowling. Y'all wilding. Ain't no way.
But ain't no
bowling?
Way. Ain't no way.
Bowling is a lit first date. The only reason women don't like bowling for a first date is because men get competitive.
I'm about to say the competitive nature. We're not letting
you win.
Competitive nature.
Like, if I go bowling, I'm not letting you win. Like,
facts.
That's off rip. Probably anything else. If we go to Dave & Buster's, whatever, I'll probably be like, let's get bowling. Man, I'm getting. Oh
yeah. Nah, bowling is where it get competitive. I'm gonna go crazy with bowling. But like, how is bowling on the list? And that's my problem. But that's my problem with now and where we at now, because these things used to be very fun, like activities like skating.
Like me,
or
I'm an activity.
bowling.
For first day, I'm more of an activities guy.
Yeah, for sure.
And then dinner after, so we can talk about, because I want to see if you're competitive.
Yep, absolutely.
I want to see if you're fun and adventurous. Like, I don't want nobody boring. I want somebody that's going. Like, if we go to like D&B or one of those type of places, are you gonna get in the Mario Kart next to me and talk trash and
correct
and compete?
Correct.
Are you
try to match my energy?
Are you gonna try to bet me if we do I want to see if you go. Are you competitive? Like bowling's a vibe. You tweaking. Women don't like bowling because men get real competitive.
Bowling should be on that list.
I ain't gonna lie.
Should not be on the list.
24 nightclubs. Okay, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not taking you to a nightclub.
Absolutely not. That's a no.
25 hookah bar. I don't smoke, so I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that's a good place either. It's not a good place. It's still like a club lounge setting.
26, a bar for just drinks. How's that different than a Starbucks then?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that might be a good because it depends on the setting and it depends on the bar.
Now, obviously, not sure. Like I wouldn't take you to the bar on a Friday night when it's stupid crowded and it's a popular
hole in the wall
and everybody's there. But like maybe we go to the bar on on a Wednesday afternoon.
Happy hour is a thing. Yes, happy hour is a thing.
Happy hour, like maybe like a Wednesday afternoon where it's not as like. Busy or whatever. I don't drink, so like, but I can still see. Like I can still see the aesthetic of it. Let's see, number 27, Waffle House. Y'all hating.
That's hating.
Y'all hating.
That's hate.
That's hating.
That's hate.
What's wrong with good food and conversation?
Right. It's nothing wrong with good food. And Waffle House got some of the best food. Some of the best real food. And honestly, a lot of I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of the expensive places as well too, they're overhyped because they don't have good food. You know, like that's just real. That's a lot of these overhyped places with these
good portions of food.
Because you pay $50 for a tiny small macaroni and cheese. I went to
where did I go for my birthday? It was somewhere that Hamilton, and we did not have, because I wanted to go to Stop Smacking, but I didn't think I'd get my dad to go down there and party. But it turns out he would have, and the Hamilton was a little more complicated, and the food was like subpar.
Yeah, nah.
My mother caught food poisoning the next day.
See, absolutely not. Absolutely not. See,
it is what it is. Number 28, the last one on the list, sport events. Again, I think that depends on the person. If I talk to you and I find out you're a huge fan of this team,
right? Correct.
We're both a huge fan. I don't see why that's a bad. Right. Like, why can't we go bond over the winning or losing of our favorite team? Or our teams are playing against each other. I think that's a lit first date.
I feel like this whole list is based upon.
That's what I'm saying. Look, we're not gonna go on a date. Where can you go?
Where can you go? Where can you go? And also, it's a lot of things that are based off the person, you know, in which you're trying to go on a date with, and it's also based off of like having too high expectations.
Who's taking you to Del Frisco's on the first date?
Right. I'm not. I ain't taking you to Roof Chris. It's, no, I'm not.
Date? I don't even know if I like you yet.
I don't know if right exactly.
You could be a weirdo.
And me and Mo talked about last week. We didn't get to have a conversation about it, but how the gentleman took this lady to a bar and she ordered 40 oysters. You know what I'm saying? And then he left on the tab, and then he left. Yeah, he left, but she made him look bad because for leaving when we didn't even have, you know what I'm saying? You're just going on this date now to really pocket watch me at this point too. Yeah. And then see what I got and see what I have and see if I'm willing to go that far for you. You ordered 40 oysters for $300-$400 when we was going to a happy hour. That's your tab. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's your tab. So I feel like in the day and era we're in the social media era where you got, like you said, the aesthetic, how the place look. I want to take pictures. I want to do everything festival around what we're doing, but I don't want to enjoy the energy and time with the date. That's what I feel like it's now. Yeah. It's not about being sociable or talking or having a good vibe with the date. It's more so the centric.
Hey, look, I'm on a date. It's like
exactly correct.
I don't got time for that.
It's more show off. More show off.
I think using Ruby Rose as a picture for this graphic is hilarious.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was crazy.
But yeah, at this point, it's like, where are we gonna go on a date? Because like, I don't know.
And
if all those places are valid, where are we gonna go on a date? Because bowling is lit.
Yeah, bowling's always a good time. And breaking news, this just happened recently, and this is one of my biggest fears. Have you been on a flight? Have you ever flown?
Yeah.
All right. One of my biggest fears, of course, I feel like everybody's fears when they're flying because you're just in the air, is the fear of just crashing or falling, right? No, Alaska Airlines pilot charged with 83 counts of attempted murder, trying to turn off the engine mid-flight. And he has been charged with this. And I looked at this and I was like, oh my goodness, because I used to fly all the time. But these are the things that make you just never want to just fly, never want to just travel, just want to just drive.
Is there context to this? Why did he do that?
It's not even context yet. This just happened. This just happened. And now they're trying to now they're basically trying to like, you know, do all the background things like drug test him, see if he was actually in his right stable mind. But that's one of my biggest fears.
Did they like stop him? They stopped him from doing it?
Yes, I'm assuming they did because they just came out with this report. You know, when they come out with reports, they don't really give the details instantly. But this just came out. But I'm sure that probably the co-pilot or somebody was trying to stop him and noticed that, oh well, you over here trying to turn off the flight. You know, mid-flight, turn off the engine.
That was scary. If I was on a plane and we landed and I found that out, I'd have been like, thank you, Lord.
Oh, thank you, Lord, first. And then second, I'm getting my lawyer.
What?
Second, I'm getting that lawyer. Seriously, that's one of the and that's one of the and speaking about pilot, going to another conversation, that's one of the toughest jobs you can really imagine and think of because you like it's you and God at this moment because at any given moment something go wrong, you're accountable for hundreds of people and everybody on the plane. Everybody. Those one of them jobs that I could like. I'd be fearful. Like a pilot, firefighter, because a lot people lives are at stake. Firefighter, EMT, a police. Like it's certain jobs that I don't have the mental capacity to even think about doing. Think about doing at all.
83 count. No, trying to turn off the engine mid-flight
is crazy. It's crazy.
It's insane, actually. Now that
it is.
Think about it. It's insane.
What's one job that you would never work? What's one job you never work?
Oh man, I had it. Oh man, it's a couple.
It's 11.
You go first. I can't.
For a job, I'm gonna say pilot's gonna be one definitely because I just don't that responsibility. I'll be shook. Honestly, my main two is pilot and firefighter. And my grandfather and father are lieutenants and captains, retired both, 25, 35, 30 plus years. And I'm technically a third. But when I think about, and they've had many conversations with me about what's going on, I couldn't even like
firefighter's on my list.
Mentally even be stable enough to even go on with life.
On my list for sure.
Because what you see and exposed to.
Yeah, firefighters on my list.
And shout out to all the shout out to all everybody, and also the war veterans as well too. That's something I couldn't see myself doing as well too. But much respect and praise to them.
Whoever those dudes are, they be on the boat, like the most treacherous of waters, trying to like get, trying to like catch fish. Mm-hmm. Yeah, them. And I'm not even afraid of water, but like they be out there in like the worst water ever.
They do.
Like the ocean don't be rocking with them when they out there. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. They be out there on the deck throwing off nets. The waves be hitting they boat. The boat be moving like this. Mm-hmm. I be like, yeah, I'm good.
Anything dealing with water, I'm good off of.
I'll be like, nah, y'all got it. I applaud y'all.
That's a good one.
Y'all got it.
That's actually a good one because I see that a lot. Is just people that being adventurous and be out on the sea. I don't want no parts of the sea. I don't want no parts of the no type of water. You got that. Me and Mo, we are debating to go on a cruise, if not. But we both are scared to. My father and my parents just came back from Greece, and they were just talking about their experience.
I want to go on a cruise so bad.
Yeah,
I'm hoping next year is the year. Like I really want to go on a cruise, but it's hard to get black people organized.
Speaking to us, and then also
my parents, like my dad, he said we gotta go on a family. We haven't been on a family vacation in over 10 years. I'd be like, okay. Like it was like, no, it was this year before I bought my place. Mm-hmm. We supposed to go this year. And he kept saying, yeah, I better find something. And I found something. And he was like, nah, Hugh, let me look. And I was like, okay. And then a week went by. You found something? No, I haven't looked yet. Another week went by. Have you found something? Like, I'll be on it. And he taking forever. It's like, I found something. Like, so I just let it go. I was like, you know what?
I'm not going to lie. Nowhere. That's something I started to learn as an adult. Like, is when you start adulting, things happen so sporadically and you really have to just adult, like say for bills or say anything just happen, it can change the whole view of everything that you want to do.
I was like, bro, trying to get black people organized is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm on a group chat with my college teammates. Mm-hmm. I put it together because I was like, listen, I think if we plan, maybe we can try for something next year. Mm-hmm. You know, so we might try to do Vegas. Mm-hmm. We'll see. That's what's up. That'll be fun. I've never been to Vegas, but like we'll see. Mm-hmm. I don't know how that's gonna go. Cause my man Dre, shout out to Dre, he put in the chat. He put that video, the RDC video, with like black people trying to get black people to order trip. And everybody in the room.
Everybody
like, we put a price for $200, and he look up, they all gone.
They all gone.
He's like,
you put a.
All right, we can go to. He said we can go to Denver for $150. One person comes. I got $150. I can do that. All right, really is $163. He look like he gone. He's like, all right, we can go to Six Flags for $60. Everybody comes like, yeah, we can do that.
With black people, you throw out that price anywhere with not within the right price range. Yeah, we out of there.
Oh my
it's without a doubt we out of there.
I want to go on a cruise so bad though.
Yeah, speaking to existence, we gonna speak that into existence for sure.
I've been to no islands besides Puerto Rico, besides the island of San Juan, and that was for a missions trip. Other than that, I've been to no islands.
At least you've been.
I haven't been to no islands.
At least you've been. Because there's people I know that never even been out their state.
Yeah. I was trying to think about going out of the country with my brother next year, but I got all this stuff I got to pay for my place. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a minute.
Priorities. That's adulting right there. That's adulting. Much love, guys, on the live. You already know I see you guys commenting below. Hey, make sure you guys continue to show love. The Faison View Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. We moving on up. Like the Jeffersons. We moving on up. All right? Much love.
Yes, sir.
We out of here.